camera a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna do the first react. I was actually gonna upload a regular video, but I noticed the live streams get a little more views for some reason. So, okay, I have some copyright-free music playing, I think. Hopefully it is copyright-free. So I have some videos that I wanted to react to for the past 30 minutes to an hour, where we're trying to decide if I'm gonna make the video or not, because I'm shy or whatever. Oh gosh, I already wanna like end the whole live stream. I don't wanna do this. It's late. I'm tired and sleepy, but I can't sleep. I just wanna get this out of the way. Okay, so I found 2 videos that came out yesterday that I wanted to react to. And here they are. I don't want to put them on the screen next to me. I want to kind of like put them like over here, and we'll just watch along. So we'll see. First one is it's from Snarky Jay. That's her channel. I really don't know her that much. I've watched some of her videos. She has a take on the word LATINX. And as someone who's a Latina, I feel like I want to watch the video and get my thoughts on it or something. Because I watched it a little bit. I'll admit, I watched it a little bit. I was like, I don't know. It was like, hold on, stop it and save it so you can react to it and make your first video. Since the channel is supposed to be changing a little bit, I'm going to be making more videos with me in it. So that's that. And then there's Osman Gold. I watched some of his videos, pretty cool. That's what I have. He's just making a video about Lyft being sued over an issue that happened. The thing about that is that situation is all over YouTube, all over the internet right now. I looked it up on YouTube, looked it up on Google. And it's kind of interesting how it just happened yesterday, I think. And it got like everywhere. I mean, things get everywhere on the internet really fast. So let's do the LATINX video first. And hopefully this live stream is not too long because I need to go to bed. I'm gonna try. Oh shoot, I don't want this tablet to fall. I break tablets so easily. Let's do this one first. How about I hold it? I'm a little worried about this. I'm gonna click on her.
Pisses me off every time I speak Spanish on the internet. It's people trying to teach me if there's...
Hold on a second. Okay, this is a video with the girl talking about LATINX. I made it as loud as I could. I'll just hold it.
One thing that really pisses me off every time I speak Spanish on the internet, it's people trying to teach me the politically correct way to speak it. Speak about Hispanics and Latinos or Latinas, I don't use the word Latinx. Now, if you haven't heard the term Latinx, you're one of...
I don't use the word either. At all. I say Latina, Latino. I don't really use the word that much. Like, I never really liked it. I knew it was politically correct, but I never really liked it. I don't know, it's really edgy. This user's edgy.
The fortunate few. Latinx is a relatively new term, and essentially it is the new politically correct way to say Latino or Latina, because in today's culture, using a language that is inherently gendered is apparently incorrect. Now, if you're not super familiar with Spanish, let me give you a quick lesson. So everything...
She actually gets into that kind of lesson. Like, she starts giving a literal lesson how to say words that end on A and words that end on O. It's interesting.
In Spanish is essentially gendered. A table is la mesa because it's femenina. La is also a feminine term.
La, so la is la mesa. Nah, la mesa, but whatever. Probably because she's either Puerto Rican.
Say el libro,
like
which
that.
means the book. El is he,
okay,
or the
better.
in this case, and libro ends in O because it's a masculine term. So mesa and libro are female and male, even though they're not human, right? And they have no sex/gender. That's just the way the the Spanish
This is very
language
helpful.
works. There is not an alternate way to say table and book where it wouldn't be gendered. That's just the way the Spanish language works. And quite frankly, it's been inoffensive for thousands of years until
Well, you have to keep
recently.
you have to keep in mind that Spanish changed a lot from like Castilian to what we have today, and what the what is that I should look this up for this video, but I'm not. Spanish changed a lot, a whole lot. So this bit right here is a bit too generalizing, I guess. It's a bit too much, but it changed a whole lot. It's not the way that we speak it today, in different countries in South America and in Europe and all over the place. Like, it's totally different culture to culture. So saying that it's been inoffensive for 2,000 years is a bit much. A bit much.
So we have folks now trying to say Latinx so that they don't have to call you or anything Latino or Latina. They want to degender the language so that it's more inclusive.
Well, they're not gonna be able
to.
They're not gonna be able to change our Spanish. Trust me.
Gender identities. I think that's great. We should all be super inclusive, and we can be, quite frankly, as inclusive as we'd like to be, as long as we stop trying to teach Hispanic and Latin people how to fucking speak their language. The Spanish language has sat untouched and uninfluenced for thousands of years. There are tons of different dialects.
Uninfluenced. What do you mean uninfluenced? What's up? Thanks for checking out the live stream. I'm just reacting. This is my first react. I was gonna do a regular video, but then I noticed that the live streams get more views. So I was like, okay, I'll do a live stream. I'm reacting to Snarky Jay, her take on Latinx. So as a Latina, I felt like I should look into this video. She just posted it a few hours ago.
Cuban, Puerto Rican, and both of
Yeah,
those
I
Spanishes
figured you were
are
Puerto
different.
Rican.
I tried dating a Chilean man once, and I could barely understand what the fuck he was saying. I've got a
Chile. People from Chile, they have a really beautiful accent. I love their accent.
friend in Spain who's a great crafter,
Great accent.
and I once told him he's un bárbaro, which to Cuban people means like you're a fucking champ. That's crazy, but literally it means you're a barbarian, and he was borderline offended until I explained that I'm Cuban and this is the context in which I meant it. So we're a beautiful melting pot of various dialects and cultures. That's what being Hispanic, Latino, Latina is.
Yeah, it's a lot of cultures, a lot of different countries. Yeah. And Spanish has changed a lot. Just FYI, I don't know what she keeps saying that it hasn't.
All about. It's not about having white people come and tell us that our language is non-inclusive. Now, I did do some research about Latinx to try to understand where it came from, and there really isn't an easy way to pinpoint where exactly it came from. But I can tell you, as somebody who speaks Spanish on a daily basis, I speak Spanish at home with my family, and I basically grew up speaking Spanish. I personally have never encountered a single person in my city that was willing to use the word Latinx or accept it as an acceptable term, and that's the part that I find amusing, is that I'm being told that Latinx is the correct term by people that are neither Hispanic nor Latino or Latina. And
yeah, I have it. I'll say that with her. Yeah, I have it. Literally, I have it. Like, I've heard it said to me. It's Latinx. It's Latinx. I'm like Latino, Latina. I've had people correct me who are not Hispanic or Spanish-speaking people. And
I want to point something out here. We've had a cultural shift historically where now instead of praising colonizers, we instead shed light on the things that they've done, right? The Spaniards were dedicated colonizers, prolific colonizers, and for that reason there's so much Spanish from Spain specifically blood running through my veins, because they made great strides to lay roots. Now, in case you're unaware of the history of colonization, Puerto Rico was not filled with Spanish-speaking people. We had Taínos and other natives who essentially had their own language. The same happened in Cuba, and when the Spaniards came in and brought their own languages and stuff like that, essentially the same thing happened over there.
Yeah, but you know what?
Here in the States.
I feel so bad because, like, why couldn't you just, like, say Castilian? Like, why can't you just look that up? if you're gonna make a video with an attitude, why can't you just like look up the actual like the way that the language is actually called and known as and where it came from? If you're talking about origins 2,000 years in the past, like you have the attitude, but you don't do like she said. I did the research.
The dynamics of the population through various different methods, but the people that were left alive basically got taught to speak Spanish. I find it fascinating how a society that now so vehemently attacks colonialism and colonialists and is so ashamed by the idea that colonizers could have taken somebody else's land and forced them to speak a different language, which I'm not saying is justifiable at all. But I mean, if you think that's really wrong, what is the difference between Spanish colonizers telling Tainos that they were speaking a language wrong and a bunch of white people on Twitter telling me that I'm speaking the language of my people incorrectly because somehow it's not inclusive? And I also would like to point out that in trying to make our language more inclusive, they have also made it that much more difficult to say because the X sound in Latinx is not really something we use in Spanish. Latinx. I've never heard anybody in Spanish say Latinx. So at the end of the day, not only have you come and bastardized our language, but you've also excluded us from being able to easily pronounce it. On top of that, Spanish is not even that gendered because if you're talking about a group, you would just say ellos, which defaults to male but is also neutral. Just like when I go visit my grandparents, if I don't want to say voy a ver abuelo y abuela, I would just say voy a ver a mis abuelos, which doesn't mean I have two abuelos, it just means that that's the plural. It's really not that difficult. If you use the word Latinx unironically, you are genuinely discrediting the entire history of Latinos and Latinas and Hispanic culture. You are telling us that our language is offensive to you. You are telling us that it is not correct. You are telling us that it is somehow unacceptable, which is honestly both colonizer mentality and super politically incorrect, because how are you going to look at a culture that doesn't belong to you and tell me I'm using it wrong? So
I wouldn't be that annoyed because they're not going to do anything to it. People are not going to use that word.
By people burdened with white guilt who feel it's their job to save us, Latinos and Latinas, from ourselves and from our own despicable language, which is somehow so non-inclusive to people in all sorts of communities, that we now need to be taught how to speak it correctly so we don't risk offending people. So if you're still on the fence about whether or not you should be using the term Latinx, don't. Just say Latino, Latina, or Latinos. Just pick one. Snap that hard. Please, I can't take it anymore. And that's all from me. I've been Snarky Jay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
We're gonna go to the next video. I really never cared for that word, honestly.
We got a lawsuit on our hands. Shit is getting real. Lyft XL is trending.
Oh my god, that's sad.
So, this woman was declined. We're just starting to look at this. The driver's license unacceptable behavior. Please DM us at your earliest convenience for additional support. We'd like to address this as soon as possible. So, she's going in, and she's looking to sue Lyft.
Okay.
Wow. Is this pretty much the whole thing? Yeah, it is. We'll look at a few more of these, too. Hit with a multi-million-dollar lawsuit because the driver told her she needed to order an XL vehicle and wouldn't drive her.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I walk in, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car. You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there.
Okay.
The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dake DeMar Boss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car.
It's
the same
Latina,
by law.
Latino, okay? Not
The
Latinx.
lawsuit is filed.
Sorry.
Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks.
I don't think that that's necessarily true, because then people that went to a airline would be able to sue the airline if they couldn't fit inside of the chairs. So I don't think that makes any sense. Like, I mean, I don't understand how you can look at it that way at all. Full figured. I mean, they're just.
I mean, someone who drives for Uber. I drive for Uber nowadays, and I drove for Lyft before. And I have a small car. So, I mean, he shouldn't have reacted like that. He sounds like he's a Southern. So, I mean, I don't want to say anything with that, but he could have been like, "Oh, can you cancel the ride?" or I have something to do. I can't do this ride. I gotta go get gas or something like that. I don't know if he didn't want to like get like take her in the car, have her canceled it. I mean, I feel bad that she felt bad. So, I mean, she's suing Lyft now and this guy, and it's all over YouTube, it's all over everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, X, sorry. So, it's like trending. What would I say about that? Like, tomorrow something else is gonna trend, and the next day and the next day. Like, this is not gonna really stick around. But I guess, I mean, if you're able to sue Lyft, go for it. A lot of the Lyft drivers are not getting paid. So if they lose some money over this is cool. This is good in my book. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to react to. Hold on. Let me see. That was all I wanted to react to. I don't want to make the video too long. Brett Cooper from the Deadly Wire is coming back. She's having her show. I think it's premiering in February. She just released her video for it. She was hosting a show by the Daily Wire called The Comment Section with Brett Cooper, but whatever happened, she's not anymore, and I'm looking forward to that show. I enjoyed her hosting that show with Daily Wire. I did. The girl that's pretty much having to host the show right now, that's just like her, talks like her and everything. They were supposed to be friends. There's a whole story going on with that. Let me see what else. My page here, it's filled. Okay, Cinema Shogun is talking about Selena Gomez because she did a video where she was crying.
Did any of you all see that cringy video
But she
that
deleted
Selena
it, though.
Gomez posted today of herself breaking down, crying over the ICE raids and the deportations that are happening right now?
When it came out, actually.
Well, if you haven't seen
Not
it,
there anymore.
you're about to see it in just a moment. You can thank me later. But when I was watching the video, right away I was questioning, how sincere is this? Because I'm sorry, I always question people's motive when they post videos of themselves crying. I think it's kind of a cringy thing to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having emotions. We all have emotions. There's nothing wrong with expressing your emotions or your feelings. But in this day and age, it seems to be like something that's gotten really popular that people do on TikTok for attention.
The rage.
Oh, let me work up a good cry and then record myself crying for attention.
If someone records you when you're actually crying, that's a little different.
So when I see people doing stuff like that, it just kind of turns me off in a way. It gives me kind of an icky feeling. And when I saw her
TikTok
breaking down
rage is
crying over,
real.
you know, illegal immigrants being deported, many of which, I mean, are criminals. Now, not all, of course, but many of the people who are at least right now being gathered up at first and deported, many of these people are like violent criminals. All of these emotions over the past few years, when every single day, ignoring all of that, I think that most of the children anymore, for all of their stuff.
I get to that point.
Say that I'm so sorry. Only people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything I promise.
Why isn't the video synced to her voice? Let's watch that one more time. If you see her lips, they're kind of like moving. I don't know. Just notice. I've seen this video before. Sorry, I've seen this video before. I just noticed something.
Only people are getting attacked. The children.
Okay.
They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything I promise.
Well, I'm glad she's gonna try everything. I don't want to keep playing it because he's gonna butcher that video and say all kinds of stuff about her. I mean, Selena has always made a lot of content in regards to immigration. She made a documentary, I think, a few years back, and I believe her dad is from Mexico, but he's the dad that walked off, you know. So she was actually raised by her mom and an American man. But when she's saying that she doesn't know what to do, people are saying that she should use all her money to help the immigrants that are being taken, to pay for their visas, and to support these people instead of like crying on the internet. This is also like all over the place. I mean, I don't want to like say anything negative about it, honestly. There's no point. This whole thing is pretty intense right now. Really intense. What is the RGVs? They're cool. Oh, it could be the lights. Thank you. It's one of my first live streams. I'm so nervous. But that was it. I think I'm done for tonight. I don't think I have anything else to react to for now. I might look into that girl that I was reacting to earlier and see if there's anything else. I'll look for something for tomorrow. For now, thank you for watching. I'm not very good at looking into the camera. You guys have a good night. Thank you.